Is Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, about to unveil a brand new look inspired by none other than a woman who she holds in such high esteem? No, we're not talking about the late monarch, but indeed her mother, Doria Ragland. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you today. And as ever, thank you so much for choosing this particular channel. Truly mean that, yes. Aren't those flowers beautiful behind me? We're literally in Buckingham Palace Gardens now. I just love it this time of year with all the flowers out in literally the best looking bloom that they have. And I don't know if you know this, but actually, and this is a nice little thing to note, all the flower beds, all the sort of, compost and everything were made up from last year's, well, hefty flowers that were delivered, should I say, outside all of the castles and palaces of royal residences for our late monarch, turned into compost and then used in the bedding of these flowers. So you see, your flowers live on. I think that's really nice, actually. And the gardeners, can we just give them a shout out at the royal parks? They do so well, I think, to make these gardens look absolutely terrific at all times of the year. But this time they really come into their own. Back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. This story is particularly fascinating to me because, as we saw recently, well, a couple of months back now, I think this is incredible when you think, there we have Meghan's mother, Doria Ragland, a nice little discreet nose ring, and of course her dreadlocks, her individual style, standing alongside the queens of reality TV, the Kardashians, alongside Kris Jenner, the momager who's made millions through her daughter's, shall we say, less than illustrious start. We'll leave that one there, shall we? But now apparently someone's been slightly, shall we say, transfixed by the ink adornment on Doria's arm. It's a big, well, very big tattoo, as you can see. And this apparently has been inspired by Flower, the nickname that apparently Doria gave Meghan. Now, according to a very well-placed source, and as ever we have to say allegedly, Meghan herself is considering a discreet tattoo. Even though apparently, and as ever we have to say allegedly, she has something of a fear of needles. But because of her mother, and one might suggest her influence, she feels that she'd like to do something back for her as a sort of thank you. What about a thank you note? But there you go. This is the 21st century modern world. People want to exchange inkings, don't they? Strange world we live in, I'm sure you'll agree. But another person who's absolutely transfixed by Doria's arm tattoo is none other than Prince Archie. Absolutely. According to a very well-placed source, he literally can't get enough of looking at it and wondered how it got on her arm. Of course, she naturally explained, according to that source. So will we see in the not too distant future perhaps a tattooed Prince Archie? Nonetheless, this is something that's literally up for debate right now because, of course, Meghan herself, as I say, is looking to do something similar in return as a compliment to her mother, who recently turned 67 years old and, of course, has been her harshest critic, as she pointed out, but also the one that she turns to very much in her hour of need. Now, how long before Harry gets a matching tattoo to suit Meghan? Apparently, it's catching. Neil Shaw, Buckingham Palace, London.